Back to the charts of Big Boss Crypto, and today we will once again take a look at Chainlink and why it is the best and safest coin to hold in the crypto space. We'll dive deep into a guide to ISO20022 document produced by Deutsche Bank, one of the biggest banks in the world, with basically outlining the plan to migrate fully into ISO20022 system in November of next year, and why Chainlink will be a key middleware for making ISO20022 work in between the blockchains we already have, Swift and CBDCs. As basically we can see Swift hinting to Chainlink being the key behind it. So without further ado, let's look at that. Okay, then, so on the screen you can see Guide to ISO 20022 Migration produced by Deutsche Bank, once again one of the biggest banks in the world, for preparing for the upcoming new financial system after the Great Reset, which is inevitable. And the key highlight that you see in this document right here, which is about 40 pages, which is quite a read. If you want to read it yourself, link in the description. You can see a chart right here which is basically a timeline, and basically, the plan is, in short, to fully release and implement ISO 20022 for November next year. So definitely mark that up in your calendar. And they write here, quote, while the transaction manager is expected to be technically enabled in November of this year, it will not process any bank traffic as of this date, and the processing rules will not be applied to ensure platform stability and mitigate concentration risks. The traffic will begin routing through the transaction manager in a three-stage build-up approach from the end of Q1 of 2023. So we can see them slowly but steadily implement and fully migrate into the ISO 2022 coins and system. So be on the lookout for that one. Moving on is a super interesting and super bullish article by Swift for Chainlink called Groundbreaking Swift Innovation Paves Way for Global Use of CBDCs and Tokenized Assets. So if you want to read the article by yourself, we'll provide a link in the description, but we'll summarize the key and super bullish aspects right here. Scrolling down a bit to this section called Interlinking, hint hint, CBDCs for seamless cross-border payments, where they wrote that for the potential of CBDCs to be fully realized across borders, these digital currencies need to overcome inherent differences to interact with each other, as well as with traditional fiat currencies. Hmm, sounds like something that a particular coin does and wants to achieve. I wonder what that can be. And the obvious answer is Chainlink with their CCAP system that they have built in many, many years, bridging the gap from blockchain networks to the traditional finance world and the real outside world, basically. And moving on further in the article, they wrote that Swift, in collaboration with Capgemini, achieved CBDC to CBDC transactions between different DLT networks based on popular quorum and quorum technologies, which are associated with the ISO 20022 coins, such as XRP, XLM, and others, as well as for fiat CBDC flows. And here's a key aspect right here. The success showed that the blockchain networks could be interlinked, hint hint, for cross-border payments through a single gateway, and that Swift's new transaction management capabilities could orchestrate all inter-network communication. And if that doesn't scream Chainlink, I don't know what does, as Chainlink has been partnering officially with Swift, basically having a proof of concept for cross-chain crypto transfer project, and basically allowed traditional finance players to access digital and traditional assets on one network. So this is huge and super exciting for Chainlink. Moving further down the article to this section called Unlocking the Potential of Tokenized Assets, Swift says that working in collaboration with Citibank, Clearstream, Northern Trust, and Settle, its technology partner Swift explores 70 scenarios simulating market issuance and secondary market transfers of tokenized bonds, equities, and cash. So, obviously, this points to tokenized assets being the future and Chainlink being able to process trillions and trillions of dollars potentially in the future. And this is the super bullish part right here. As they stated, tokenization is a relatively nascent market, but the World Economic Forum has estimated it could reach $24 trillion of dollars by 2027. And wow, this is huge. I mean, huge. And obviously, we truly believe that the winners will be the ISO20022 coins, as well as HBAR, which is rumored to be compliant as well, which we are huge believers in, with Chainlink being the obvious number one middleware operating in between all of these coins. And if you don't believe that, Citibank themselves have stated that Chainlink will over time become bigger than Bitcoin, as the right here, that the Chainlink token helps us facilitate the growth of the on-chain ecosystem and may also gain prominence over Bitcoin in time as it becomes increasingly critical to the operation of the blockchain infrastructure. Everything points to Chainlink being the number one coin in the future. And finally, scrolling further down in the Swift article right here, where they state that full details of the experiments and results can be found in these files. And in one of these files, called Connecting Digital Islands for Tokenized Assets, where they basically went through the hurdles and like the method they did for connecting the digital assets to the blockchain. And in short, if you scroll all the way down to acknowledgements page right here for the Swift team, we can see none other than Jonathan Ehrenfeld right here in the acknowledgements. And this is huge basically, and it basically screens that Chainlink has been the integral part for Swift's ISO 2022 system, and basically with Chainlink being the bridge in between, as Jonathan Ehrenfeld has worked closely with Sergey, had many talks, and this guy's highly up there in the Swift team. He's not some kind of intern or something. As he basically stated himself, Jonathan, that their goal is to enable smarter securities processes through expanded platform capabilities that offer access to mutualized services, with Chainlink being the key. That's all for me. Thank you so much for your time. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, or leave a dislike if you didn't. Please note that this is not financial or investment advice. This is only for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is Big Boss Crypto, the realest of the real of crypto YouTubers. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Big Boss out.